Good morning, class. Yesterday we wrapped up our units of measurement with metric, and today we're moving into our next standard, which is going to be MD13. MD13 is about area and perimeter and finding the measurements of both of them. So two words that we need to become familiar with after today are area and perimeter. So I'm going to write perimeter here. Area underneath. And we are going to figure out what both of them are and how to find them. You might have some background knowledge about that from 3rd grade, but it's going to get a little bit more advanced here in 4th grade. So all I'm doing is circling our formulas that we can use down here, area being in green, perimeter being in purple. We're going to start with perimeter. I'm going to give these sides some value. I'm going to say this is 5 yards. It's going to be 9 yards. So here we have a simple rectangle, and we are given two sides of the rectangle. Perimeter says the area around that shape. So whatever it's going to take in order to fence this garden in, that is going to be our perimeter. So all of this outside, those lines outside, those 4 lines, are fence. So usually with the word perimeter, they're associating it with the word around. Fence. Usually with around and fence, that's usually what we're doing when we're finding out the perimeter. Perimeter is going to be the space that is going to be enclosing that garden to close it off from other people or other animals. So we're going to start by finding perimeter first. There are 2 ways you can find perimeter. You can add up all of your sides of that rectangle or whatever figure you're using, or you could use this formula down here that I'm going to point to. That formula tells you 2 times L, which is the length, so 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, or W. That is the formula for perimeter. So we're going to do it both ways. In order to find out what the other sides of this rectangle are, we have to know something about a rectangle. The rectangle is going to have the same measurement on the opposite side of that 5 yards. So this is also going to be 5 yards because they're both the same length. And similarly, top and bottom are going to be the same length too. They're not going to change. So now that we have all 4 side lengths, we can start adding them together. We can do, let me scroll down here for a second. We can do 9 plus 9 plus 5 plus 5. I'm going to start out with my basic ones. 5 plus 5 is 10. A little bit more complex. 9 plus 9, that's going to be 18. Double fact, both double facts. 18 plus 10 is going to get us 28 yards. Since we're measuring the outside of a rectangle, we're just going to keep it yards. You'll notice when we get to area, we're going to have to change how we label that value. So the other way, using the formula, parentheses 2 times 9, end parentheses, plus 2 times 5, end parentheses, equal to, this is using the distributive property, distributing 2 to each one of the side lengths. 2 times 9 is going to be equal to 18. 2 times 5 is going to be equal to 10. 18 plus 10 can also get you 28 yards. So perimeter is going to be 28 yards, and it's the length around the shape. All of this purple right here, following those lines, fencing in that area, that is going to be your perimeter. Area is related as well. Area is going to be all of this good stuff that you're fencing in to keep people away. All of this space in here is going to be our area. So area is the space within a shape. I like to think of an area rug, a rug that's in your house that you just lay down, that's not stapled to your floor, that mom or dad just lays down and it's a rug for the house. That's called an area rug. It takes up a certain amount of space. Area is going to be the amount of space within that shape or within that object. So we have to find out all of this, what does all of this equal to? And using our formula here, which says A is equal to LW, well, we already know that L stands for our length, which is going to be right here. And W is our width, which is right there. So we don't even need all 4 measurements. We only need 2 of them. And since we only need 2, we're going to take L and W and we're going to multiply them together, because right here, again, I'm going to point to it. When 2 of those letters are right next to each other, it means you need to multiply. So when multiplying length times width to find our area, all you're doing is taking your length, which is 5, and taking your width, which is 9, and multiplying them together. So if I scroll down here, area is going to be equal to 9 times 5. 9 times 5 is going to be equal to 45. And when we label this, we say yards squared or square yards, because it's an area within a space. So we need to measure it with square yards, not just yards anymore. Yards is just for the perimeter. Square yards is going to be measuring our area. Remember, area is the space inside of our shape, and perimeter is going to be the area, the lengths that are fencing the shape around. I hope this helps as a little bit of a refresher for you from 3rd grade. We're going to be using this with some little bit of harder problems in the next coming days, but we wanted to take it slow, make sure we have a good understanding of the difference between perimeter and area and how to find them, and then we'll move on from there. Make sure you're doing your classroom assignments on Pearson. Have a great day.